Hey everybody, welcome to the Elseworlds Exchange. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
Hey, I got two special guests here on the show. We could have shot this like back issues, but I thought, why not cram them into my office?
Thanks.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Actually, I'm the one cramped. I'm the one in the corner here, but, you know.
Oh, would you like some more room?
Nah, this is fine. They
I can
can't
move
see me
over.
every week.
We can't put Ethan in the corner.
No, it's...
Nobody puts Ethan in the corner. There you go.
You know, I've never seen that movie before.
You're not missing much.
I never saw Flashdance. But, yeah,
We're so timely here with our 40-year-old movie references.
Yeah, which I made wrong. It's Dirty Dancing, you plebe.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was not the
that
joke.
was the joke. It's definitely not Flashdance.
No. Few things are.
I've
Jennifer
definitely never
Beals,
seen
I
Flashdance.
think, is the...
Jennifer Grey?
No, Jennifer Grey was in Dirty Dancing.
Jennifer
Yeah,
Garner?
yeah. Oh, Jennifer Beals is in Flashdance?
I think she's the Flashdance.
There's another Jennifer in another dancing movie?
Jennifer was a very popular name in the 80s.
I guess so.
Anyway, we're going to talk about YouTube a little bit because it's the year end. It's the end of the year, and I figured, you know, we did an episode with Joel where we kind of like looked back and talked a little bit about like what you guys wanted to talk about because it was all kind of supported by super chats. People had a lot of great questions. I thought, hey, instead of that, let's just talk about like the YouTube climate because like Ben suggested it and I had nothing better.
Okay.
I mean, it really was that.
That's a great reason.
You want to talk about influencers? Well, at least you were like, let's talk. You didn't want to talk about it. Ben,
Ben jokingly suggested
Ben jokingly suggested it, and now here
Because
we are.
the word influencer is like a trigger.
Well, I
It's
hate
like,
it.
ugh.
Right? It's
Oh,
the
it
worst
sucks.
name. When I had Jack from Red Letter Media on, I made a joke about that. You know, I said something like, well, don't forget, Jack, we're influencers. And he laughed so hard. And I was like, I'm glad that we're on the same page. Because if I had said that in earnest, if I've been like, well, Jack, you know, as an influencer, and he still laughed, I would have died inside.
As you just turn a giant shade of red.
I think the reality is if I had said that in earnest, I would not have known what he was laughing about, and so I wouldn't have known to feel so horrible. But yeah, influencers, it's a thing. I was literally talking to somebody a day or two ago who was an Instagram model or who knew an Instagram model and talked about their job and what they did and how they like. But you know what's funny? The thing that never came up was how they live, how they eat, where the money comes from.
Does it actually work?
Because like with YouTube, when we had a weird conversation, which we won't get into here, about how the YouTube monetization system works. But basically, the long and the short of it is, we make money from YouTube because there are advertisements on YouTube.
Right.
That's the easiest, quickest way to explain that.
Yeah.
We make more because there are other avenues, which are literally just people give us money for nothing.
Right.
Or for, you know, some kind of
not
like...
for nothing, but
No,
there's not a direct
there are
exchange.
some places for nothing, but yeah, for some kind of exchange of like making it personal. Patreon, super chats, and we used to have a donation jar on the channel, and I remember thinking like, what is this? And I was testing it by disabling it, and I've never been able to turn it back on. So donations have not been enabled for at least 2, maybe 3 years.
If you ever turn it off, you can't turn it back on.
That's how it looks.
You've reached the level where you're like, I don't need your money.
I feel like, you're right, yeah. Like anyone would do that. There's people that I saw with like 200, 400,000 subscribers who are way more desperate for money than we are. And I'm like, why? What are you doing with all of it?
Right.
Like,
well, wasting it.
They might have more expensive operating costs.
I can't imagine it being more expensive than the operating cost of this. And this doesn't, you know, there was a little bit of a
depends where you live.
The other thing is we don't go overboard. Like, I don't replace the equipment, or I don't add to the equipment. You know, like we have one camera, we bought it 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, and like webcams and stuff.
Webcams,
like
yeah. But I upgraded that one a couple of years ago, or a year ago, I think, or more. Like, it's very rare that we upgrade the apparatus, so to speak.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, but that's how YouTubers make money. Without telling too many secrets, but I mean,
well, I think they also sometimes like pimp merchandise,
then there's that, and I think that's the only way that Instagrammers can make money is through the sponsorship.
Yeah, I'm not sure because there are ads on Instagram, but they're not like in their profile. It's just you're scrolling through the feed and then there's
and
like
then they
an
just
ad.
pop up. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not really sure.
Do you get a percentage?
Anything?
I
Like,
doubt
I
it.
don't.
No.
I'm on Instagram. I don't get anything. So,
Right.
Yeah. It must just be from like.
You don't get that if
Endorsements.
you're on Instagram. I assume that like you have to have some sort of promotion with a brand.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like we had a promotion for The Boys through Amazon one time, and they had. It's actually amazing to see how it has evolved from where it kind of started and how companies got into the sponsorship game versus where it was when we did The Boys sponsorship. Because I was thrilled to do The Boys sponsorship. It was easy to do because I know the material. It was fun to make. The show I like better than the comic by a long shot. So it worked in every way for everybody. But the process was so bizarre because Amazon didn't call me. I was called by a representative from an MCN or a multi-channel network,
Okay.
which we used to be in. When we first started, we were in no MCN, and then actually through Benny, we went into his MCN when he created one, and then they got bought out by Maker, and so ipso facto, we became a Maker subsidiary, and so our MCN was Maker Studios. Maker, of course, made all their money from like 3 YouTubers and then had
Cut the
10,000, 100,000 more YouTubers under the umbrella.
Yeah.
And then they went like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Let's kick 125,000 people out of the network and keep the last 3. And Benny and Rob were 2 of them. And oddly enough, so were we.
Yeah.
After the purge, we still made it. I was expecting it any day. I was waiting for our channel manager, who I've like gone to Disneyland with and had dinner with multiple times, to be like, "Hey Sal, listen, I know we're all like kind of buddy, but like get the fuck out." And it never
The music
came.
stops and you don't got a chair, buddy.
In fact, you know what? I realized that we haven't gotten a whole lot of return on our investment, so
right.
you owe me $5,000.
Exactly, but there is no investment. I mean, like the investment was.
I took you to Disneyland.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he didn't take me.
Disneyland.
Disney took me to Disneyland, and it wasn't just me. It was me and 6 other people.
Right.
And it was really more like I snuck into Disneyland. Like I was just part of the group. And
Oh, did you do the whole carriage scheme where, like, you know, you got the pusher?
Oh yeah. I
frame.
was in a hollowed out wheelchair. I
There you
pretended
go.
to be Benny's legs, and we got in. But even then, like that's all built into the budget. You know, like when they're hobnobbing, they were hobnobbing Benny and Rob. At that point, they were trying to seduce Rob into joining Maker. So the whole thing, I think, was just a ploy to get Rob to join.
Right.
And they're like, I'm gonna bring Rob's friends. Or whatever.
We'll show him how fun it could be.
To be part of the Disney family. But yeah.
Join yet?
But we were somehow saved, and it was, and I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. But then, but ultimately, at that point, MCNs were kind of like falling apart and falling out of fashion, based solely on how Maker acted when they realized that most of them weren't making them any money anyway. But like all the other networks were starting to fall apart. There was another one that I can't remember who it was, but they had like a lot of other people, including a competitor of ours, and they deleted every video from their channel. Like they disappeared.
Wow.
Like it was
Just
nuts.
folded.
Yeah, they didn't just fold. It was like
They were
poured
erased from
gasoline all over
existence.
the whole
yeah, they
thing.
scorch earth themselves. Our pal James over at Mr. Sunday Movies was part of the network that took all the money and disappeared and severed all contacts.
Wow.
Like just because so an MCN multi-channel network, you sign a contract, you promise to basically let them handle everything. So if you're like, I don't know how any of this works.
They got a guy for that.
They have a network that does that for you. So normally you'd get like a check, or more accurately, you would get a like direct deposit into your account through YouTube based on the ad revenue that you earn per month. With the MCN, that goes directly to them. They throw it into a pot. They take a percentage. Usually it's anywhere between 70 or up percent. No, I'm sorry, 30% or up.
Right.
You take 70 or higher.
Yeah.
If you have a fair deal.
Right. And what do they do for you?
Right, and what do they do for you? Exactly.
Oh, I'm glad we covered that.
Yeah. No, but for real, what they actually did, or what they purported to do, they were like Justin Hammer when he gets the Iron Man suit, where it's like, okay, so I'm a fraud, and you brought me Stark's tech, right? And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. First of all, I'm going to pimp out your software. Like, I'm going to fill it with bullshit, and then I'm going to put pre-existing things onto your suit, the thing that is the main attraction.
Yeah.
And make it look a little cooler. And that's what they did. They were like, okay, so I'm going to take the thing that I covet, the thing that you make that I think makes money, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw together a few like deals. And it's actually not unlike buying a camera. when we bought the HCX. It was like, okay, well, I'm not, obviously, if you're going to spend like $2,000 on a camera, you're not just going to get a camera. We're going to throw in lenses and like filters and maybe an extra SD card and some lens cleaning cloths and maybe even a box to put it all in. Like, just, it's all about the bells and whistles. Yeah. So when you signed up, they're like, I'm going to take, in my deal with the other guys, it was 70-30. They took 30, I took 70. And they're like, for 30% of your monthly revenue, I'm going to give you access to music. Usually it's like a subscription to a royalty-free site like Epidemic Sound, which is what we use now. We got a copyright strike because of Epidemic Sound, despite the fact that it was offered through our network. And so I just paid for the subscription. So I just have the Epidemic Sound subscription, despite the fact that it should have been comped.
Right.
But there was that. They were like, we give you a virtual dashboard. We have people that can make you thumbnails and stuff. I don't know anybody who's ever taken them up on that, but I never did.
Yeah.
And of course our incredible tech support and like customer service, which will be available 24/7, 24 hours a week, 7 months a year. Like, I don't know why that was a deal, but like, and when you first sign up, there you got a guy, and that guy is like, "What up? I am Slick. I'm Hollywood, and I am here for you, and I'm gonna lose your message immediately. Like, goodbye."
Here's the thing: you need anything, you call me.
You call me, you email me, you text me. Here's all my information. Usually, the response are things like, "I don't know," or "Sounds fucked."
What would you say you do here?
I'm gonna have to get someone else to look at this.
Yeah, I'm gonna bounce.
But don't worry, I got somebody on it.
You got it, man. Hey, how's it going? What's up? Blah blah blah. I'm gonna bounce this upstairs and I'll get right back to you. 6 months later, I did not get right back to you, and nothing bounced, except for your check, because we closed. But no, so with respect to that, that's what you get. You get like access. They also purport to offer you things like, well, you're part of the network now, so like theoretically you have access to PewDiePie now, or other YouTubers. Right. You know, like I remember, so
now you could show up at an event with them, maybe.
Now that didn't really work out for us.
No. Well, the other thing they did
I got to go to Disneyland one time.
Yeah, that's right.
For free, one day.
Yeah, I remember we hung out at the Maker booth one time at, was it PAX?
It must have been PAX.
It was PAX.
Yeah.
And there was a Maker after party.
There was. And we went to that. Yeah, Ben and I hit up that party.
Yeah.
We have pictures from that party. I have them up over the door.
There you go.
I got Ethan a shot glass. Which was actually just a candle holder.
Yes.
From that party, but it's
you can still drink alcohol out of it. So
sure.
It's a shot glass. Many things can become a shot glass. Ashtrays. But yeah, no, we got to go to that after party. We got to eat and drink. I think the food was free.
The food was free.
There you go.
All right. Free food one time.
Yeah. Now, that being said, we had to pay to go to Boston, stay in Boston, and be in Boston.
Yeah, so we still lost money on
and
the deal.
they didn't provide tickets to go to PAX.
No. Yeah, no, we had to buy those.
No, it's just like, if you happen to be at PAX.
If you happen to be at PAX, we will not pretend not to know you.
Great.
I will shake your hand in public.
I will say, by the way, like after Maker, I went to another network which was more dog shit than the previous one.
But the ratio was better.
The ratio was way better. It's why I left Maker. It's the only reason that I left Maker. Well, the only reason that I left Maker was besides the fact that like clearly Maker was like, eventually we are going to kick you out.
Yeah.
Like you got through because of your association with the Weekly Poll, Benny, Rob.
Yep.
But eventually we're gonna get rid of you. And that was, I could feel that happening when I would like ask for help, or when I was like, hey, something happened on the channel, we need this, that, the other thing, or we could use this.
Hey, could we finally collaborate with somebody?
Yeah. It was always like, well, it's really kind of like, you're lucky to be here. And I'm like, okay. So I figured, like, here's the thing. If you want to like get out, it's kind of hard because like it's free money for them.
They're like, oh, no. We'll
Pardon me, I had to sneeze.
No, it's never even that. It's like, hey, I want to leave. Like, oh, well, according to your contract, like, actually, the time to put in your request to leave was 2 weeks ago. So you got to wait another year.
Wow.
And that's usually how it went. So, and I remember, like, with Maker, when I put in my request to leave, I was out the next day. They were like, you got it!
I am so glad you said something because I was really getting nervous.
It turns out if I talk to you for like 5 minutes, we actually lose money.
I got that impression when I went to Maker Studios, because when I was in Anaheim, we went to Disney and I was there an extra day. Benny and Rob left, and I was like, and the maker guys were like, hey, listen, like you need anything at all, you just call my cell. Throw. But no, they were like, hey, come to the studio, hang out with us, and I'm like, all right. I literally had nothing to do. I was in like Burbank, Anaheim, that kind of thing, and I'm like, I went to the comic book store that was in that area. I was like, this sucks, and then I went to the Maker Studios, and they were like nice. Like the guys I knew who weren't there, like there was nobody there that I knew. There was one guy I knew, and he was only through another guy. Everybody else is like, who's this guy? What's he doing here? But that guy was like, hey man, you're here. All right, so you're here. Let's talk about your channel. So he like popped open a thing and he just like gave me a whole bunch of like ideas and thoughts and basically like gave me a whole like channel audit on the spot from his expertise. And I was like, thank you. And that was really helpful. And it gave me a lot of like insight. And that was a really valuable experience.
There you go.
That like 8-minute interaction was incredible. Was legitimately valuable. The dude was very cool, and I learned a lot. But that was because like I went and got it. It wasn't because like
you were in California for that.
I was literally in California already.
Yep.
I Ubered there, and I also wouldn't leave. You know, it wasn't like I was like, where's the free food? You know, I walked in and so like saw me and was like, hey, what do you want to do? Like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, this, that, the other thing, you know, and they're like, okay, well, let me give you an audit on your channel after this meeting. And I was like, okay. So we did that.
Yeah, and you hung around. You're not like,
yeah, and I wasn't
well,
like,
I'll get out of your hair.
Oh, yeah, no. I was like, you got it. Sounds good.
I will wait here.
You're taking 30% of my monthly revenue.
I'm going to get something out of it.
Out of this experience. I Ubered here. It cost me like $50 to get here from my crappy hotel. It was not a crappy hotel. It was a very nice hotel. I didn't pay for that hotel.
Don't they
I
also...
like that stipulation.
Thank you.
Don't they also, like, protect you from copyright
They
strikes?
say they do. That's the other thing, is that really, at the end of the day...
I don't know, that was why, like, everyone
The
signed
reason
up.
everyone signs up for an MCN is because it's a protection racket. It's because they're like, wouldn't it be a shame if somebody gave you a copyright strike? I mean, if you give us 30% of your revenue, maybe that doesn't happen. Maybe we make those problems go away. But they don't make those problems go away.
Hey, I got a copyright strike anyway.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's bad.
Ooh, well, bounce it upstairs. See what's going on.
You should probably take that video down.
Yeah. No, like literally, when I left Maker, I went to another network, which I can't remember the name of, and I'm also not going to reveal it if I remember it, because I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, despite how shitty they were. But they did offer me from a 70-30 to a 90-10.
90-10, okay.
Where they courted me, they reached out to me. And in fact, if you ever create a channel or you have a channel for a while, you will be bothered by MCNs. You'll be like, hey! And all you have to do is Google them. And what I do with every MCN is I Google their name plus scam, and I always get the truth. Like, because it's usually 1,000 videos of people with like 200 subscribers who are like, X network is a scam. I did this. I was promised that. I don't have this. They say things like they'll promise to get you growth. They can't do that.
Nobody can promise that.
The reality is, when it comes to like YouTube and like people who say like, oh, I'm an expert in YouTube, I got this. They're not, and they don't. Like I know what works if you want to create a channel starring these three and also Tiffany, and only so much as we're never gonna be bigger than this. You know what I mean? Like I know how to make a mid-level comic book channel.
I guarantee you what they're saying is, I can make a YouTube channel. I know YouTube.
I know it.
I know how
it works.
you make a YouTube
I've seen 1,000
video.
different types of channels.
I know
and
how
you
to upload
upload
a
it.
video.
Yeah, I know how it works.
I know that
There
there
you
are
go.
things called likes. I know that people can subscribe.
I
do
know
not
you
want
want
dislikes.
both of these things.
Yeah, you want all those things and more. But I found that like their expertise was lacking. Like I found out things like through message boards or like Reddit posts or like just YouTubers who were bigger, who were like, here's what's going on right now, that my channel managers didn't know or feigned ignorance about.
Right.
And I'm like, oh,
That's not good.
so it's all bullshit.
Right.
But like, yeah, the protection racket is really where their success lies.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, if you get a copyright strike or you get like hit with something, it doesn't really, like, it sucks and you have to deal with it, but like, you have to learn how to deal with it anyway, because if you tell them to do it, A, they don't care about you and they're not going to do anything about it.
And they don't have control of your channel.
And B, well, no, they do. Actually, you give them full control over their channel. Like, they can go into your channel and delete everything, or like, you know, change titles and stuff if they want to.
Oh, wow.
They don't, and I've never experienced that. But
Well, they'd have to do something.
they would have to like give a shit about your channel in any way to go near it. Which, don't worry, they won't. But when it comes to like copyright strikes, you know, they claim to have a direct line with YouTube.
What does that mean?
Well, basically, like
with
if
Google?
Yeah, with YouTube, the company under Google. Like if you make a YouTube channel and you like have a problem, you can't call customer service, you can't send an email
There's
to
no,
like tech support.
thing.
There's
Yeah.
no help for you. There's no direct line to the YouTube group. But these MCNs claim that they do. And they do have like usually a contact. And in fact, when we crossed 50,000 subs, we got emailed by YouTube. And they're like, hi, I work at YouTube and I'm going to be your channel manager now. After 50,000, we assign a person to actually give a shit about what you're doing. So you get you got a copyright strike, anything like that, or you have any questions.
You're one of my 3,000 clients.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
It's not one-to-one.
Yeah,
No.
and
Oh,
actually,
no.
we got not a copyright strike, but we got like a flag or something like that a while back, and I had that contact, and so I emailed him, didn't hear back for like 2 weeks, and then I looked him up, and he didn't work there anymore. And I'm like, and I texted him because he was like, you need anything, you call my cell. So I did, and I'm like, yo, man, you don't work at YouTube anymore. I didn't get a farewell email. What the crap, man? Who's my new contact?
You didn't pass me along to anybody?
Yeah, who's my contact? He's like, oh, well, the reality is there aren't any. Like we dissolved that offer. Like I was your guy at 50,000. Then we realized that was too much for me and for people like me. So we upped it to like 200,000.
I see.
And so
And we just
also
didn't
I
tell
left.
you.
Well, and I left the company.
Right.
Like I work over here now. He's
Yeah.
like, but I'll tell you what. I have a friend over here. Email them and tell them that I emailed, like that
we spoke.
that we're cool.
Right.
And
Drop my
they'll help
name.
you out. Yeah. And I did, and it took them. They didn't help, but I solved it because like that's what you need to do. If your
you gotta
business
figure
is
it
this
out.
thing that sucks and is stupid and doesn't make any sense and it's run by monsters, like you need to learn all of the ins and outs and how to like fend for yourself. Like, you know, if you're in the wilderness, you better make a spear. You know what I mean? Like, so I learned how these things operate.
Well,
so,
YouTube
like,
treats it like, well, you're all independent contractors,
Right.
And you're on your own.
yeah. Even though we invited you,
Yeah.
and pretend like you're our greatest natural resource.
Well, you are.
Yeah, you are.
But there's also-
But really, Jimmy Fallon is.
Well, there's also an inexhaustible supply of you.
Right.
You're all the most
Expendable.
replaceable people in the history of entertainment.
Because you're the public.
Yes. Well, and also, YouTube. Everyone can be on. Anyone can be a viral sensation or can be a flavor of the month that makes them like huge or huge for a little while and then allows them to live off of the revenue of that hugeness from that little period of time. Like anything can happen, and that's why no one can say that they're a YouTube expert. Because like the reality is YouTube celebrity, fame, success is not replicatable, and it's subjective when it comes to like the culture. It's like anything. If you've been filming your fat cat for like 6 months, right? It's blubs, and like then suddenly a fat cat is like the biggest thing. You're now the biggest. Like now you're up at the
you're
top
one
of
of
the
the
list.
biggest things, yeah.
Yeah, and
If
or
people see it.
yeah, well, they
You
will,
could have like a fat cat.
Well,
that's
you know
true.
what I'm
Still not
saying,
get
but like, the culture
some
responds.
percentage of the people who have fat cats will then ride the wave.
Yes, well, especially those who are smarter or accidentally smarter. You know, where they're like, well, I have like good audio and a good camera, and my cat is objectively adorable, and you know, like we have a good gimmick. You know, like I got a hot girlfriend, and she's
Yeah.
always wearing a crop top while holding gloves. You know, like there's always something. There's some things
That's
that
just
are
the thumbnail.
There's some things that are certainties, like you know, sexy girls and thumbnails. If you're trying to bilk the system, I remember I was talking to Joel about this the other day about how like if you're like if you are a like organic creator of content, you're like, we just make stuff, here it is. You know, that is more predictable and more like successful, I think, than those who are like trying to trick the system / you know, where they're like,
Because the
I'm
trick's
riding
only-
trends and I'm doing this, that, and the other. I'm like, so you'll never sleep. Because you're constantly worried about like what the next thing is, or what the next trick is, or how you get. And that was what got me back to the Instagram thing and influencers, which is what we were talking about in the beginning.
Yeah.
Which is the fact that like there was this other person who was talking about being an influencer, being on Instagram, being an Instagram model, and she like, and it's like every day, 24/7. That's her life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is exhausting. It's unsustainable. It creates like a neurological disorder, and it's also like really like not very economically viable. There's actually an Amazing American Dad episode about it.
About Instagram?
Yeah, where Haley and Jeff become influencers. And they are constantly like chasing sponsorships.
Yeah.
and
That's really funny.
and they're leveraging their relationship into a sponsorship where it's like people are paying them to be like this like couple that they love and follow around, and like it puts undue stress on their relationship, and they can't enjoy anything that they're in or doing because they're constantly thinking about how they can monetize it or turn it into a thing.
No,
and
that's
like,
a nightmare.
That's fucking amazingly insightful. Like, someone must have written this because...
Oh, yeah, someone who's just done it.
Who's done it.
Who's lived it.
Who's lived it and was like, I'm out. I saw a dude, this is a while ago, but like it was a guy who was like, who's trying to be a Twitch gaming streamer.
Right.
And he was like, I lived it, and I eventually just quit because like my life was falling apart. Not because like he made it, and like, you know, the sponsorships were a problem, or you know, he got too tired or fatigued, or you know, his girlfriend left him. Literally just like, no, I bought the cameras, I buy the latest games, I'd stream for 6, 7, 8 hours a day, every day, and no one was watching.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is so horrifying. Like that, like imagining that life of being like, so every day I get up in the morning, I buy the latest game, I put it on, I stream the game, I'm on for 6 or 8 hours. I'm like, hey guys, what's going on? Blah blah blah.
Like I talk to people, I'm engaging, I'm
and
coming
he's
up with banter.
Right, and he's like, I would get like 30 people, 100 people. Like per show. It's not enough to be...
It's hard for people though, because like if you play video games and you have like 7 people watching you in your room,
that's amazing.
Like, wow,
that's
all
an
these people
audience.
love watching me play. So if you get 100 people, like, whoa, I am kicking ass. 100 people are watching me play watching me do this thing I want to do anyway. That's amazing. Okay, yeah, but you need more like 10,000 people if you want to make a living at it.
Right.
Like
you can make money. Doing it with 100 people, 50 people. Even.
But it's usually supplemental. You're not living off of it.
No, it's an additional income. It's you know, it's a slush fund as opposed to an income.
Yeah.
But that like that prospect just horrified me, and I was like, that's not. I don't want to live like that ever, and I won't. Like I just won't do that.
Yeah. No,
and
that's a nightmare.
because it's like because it is unsustainable, and I'm sure there's going to be like a weird term for a generation of people who grew up trying to become internet celebrities. Like, and
well, it used to be a much lesser phenomenon, but it was reality TV. Like everybody wanted to get on reality TV. It was a fraction of the people who now are on YouTube. But it was the same kind of thing where it's like, oh, reality TV is the new thing. Anyone can do it.
So I'll make a tape
Doors
of myself.
open, and I'll act like a friggin' moron, and I'll go on these horrible shows.
If you're selected. Like, even if you're selected. Like, I thought you were just talking about
They would make a career out of it. They would go from one show to the next.
I know.
Like, and just like hit all of them and make like, I'm sure
however
peanuts.
Much.
Like it was probably garbage money.
No, well, because that was actually the reason why reality TV was so pervasive was because it was so cheap to make.
Yeah,
and because like literally you could still like budget a show for the same budget that you would for like a scripted show, but for a reality show which costs nowhere near that number, and then just pocket the cash because like that's how much a show costs.
I mean, mostly what you have to do is lighting.
Right.
Yeah.
That's most of what you have to do with reality TV.
Yeah.
The
the
audio is
cameraman,
usually
which
all right.
you have for any show, so you don't pay anywhere near what you would pay for talent for a TV show.
Nope. Editors. That's the only thing you really need.
Editors, yeah. And you need that also for a regular show.
Right,
so it's
but
like
you need like heavy editors because you're not shooting. It's
That's
like we're
true,
shooting a certain amount of film to make a certain show that's built and written and structured.
Yeah, you need people who comb through like hours of garbage to pull out
like
something interesting.
30 hours a day of garbage.
And not only that, but you have to sometimes make the garbage.
Yeah, you got to create a show out of it.
They do
nothing
have
happened
writers.
today. Yeah, they do have writers. They do have people who are like, okay.
Not the same as like a regular show writer, but
yeah. Okay, you're gonna have to take off your top now and make out with so and so.
Yeah,
it's in your contract.
It's in your contract. Nothing happened today, so we're gonna have to. This is a sexy episode. But yeah, but it's
so now it's like that, but times like 10,000, like because it's the barrier to entry is even lower. You don't even have to try out to be on YouTube.
You don't even have to be
Twitch.
good. Like you don't even have to be smart, good,
no one
talented,
has to
interesting,
agree that you are valuable
worthy or
in
valuable.
any way.
Yeah, no.
For you to start doing it
or to be successful.
Yeah,
that's the thing is that
they're just people
because no one is the arbiter of your success, and because no one can predict it, anyone can do it, which also is scary because like then anyone can think they can do it.
Well, it's gambling.
It is gambling.
Anybody can win the lottery. Yeah, but do you
gotta
know
buy a ticket,
how
though.
to win the lottery? It's
Well,
yeah. There are probably some people out there who legitimately like, I know how to
Yes.
make money on Twitch, and they do.
Yes.
Which is not like gambling. But for most people, they have no idea if they have what it takes to make money, and they're gonna try it anyway. You're just putting money in a slot machine.
I imagine for some people it's similar to the Instagram thing. You're basically just saying like, this is my life.
Yeah.
I'm following the trends. Like every day I'm figuring something out. I got to do something new. I got to stay on topic. I got to like make sure the brand comes through, and I have to always be on.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
And
people
I
are able
wanna
to do that.
Yeah. Well,
On
some people
Instagram,
do that
some
anyway.
people are able to do it with
Like,
Twitch.
I'm doing it all the time anyway, just trying to get like people to like me.
Right.
I might as well get paid for it.
That's so sad. That kills me inside. Like, I'm just trying to make friends, and it's not working out.
Yeah. Like, I get likes, and I feel good.
Well, that's true.
What if I also got money in addition
That would
to
feel even better.
gratification?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because the truth is that is another thing about it. Like, there's another element to creating content online, and it is the constant updating and an addiction to your dopamine from your brain.
Yeah, you get
triggering
that little like, oh, somebody put a little heart.
Literally,
next to me.
it started out when you got your phone, like, when you got your Nokia that can't die, you'd get a text message. You'd be like, hey, I got a message. You
Somebody
feel good.
cares about me enough to send me a message.
You know what you didn't... Before cell phones, if you remember that...
if you were alive.
You never had what you have now, or started getting when, like, the phones first became prevalent, which was... phantom phone ringing in your pocket, where you're like, I thought I got a thing, and then you check the phone and there's nothing. You know what I'm talking about? That's a real thing. And
no, I guess nobody cares about me.
Right,
Oops.
but you know what? No one felt that before 1999.
Yeah.
Like,
What are you talking about? I was going out to the mailbox every day. Anything?
Yeah.
Well,
I thought I heard the mailman.
I thought I heard the mailman.
I thought
I'm
the flag
sure
was
that's
up
a
from my
thing.
window, but it was down when I got there.
Right? No. It literally, like, no one was like, I thought there was like a bug in my pocket or something, but it turns out it was not. And then they're like, oh, no. It's your brain being like, did you get liked yet? Did anyone validate you today?
Check. I think maybe someone.
Nope.
Damn it, brain.
Well, I'll just text 100 people and say, hey.
Yeah.
See who says yes.
Yep.
But and then you translate that into like social media, which is like, I tweeted, how'd it do? How'd it do? What do you mean?
You're shouting into the ether.
You just shouted your opinion into the
Yeah, and some people like it.
Yeah. Okay.
And every time they do, I feel a little bit better.
Right.
For
And
like- for
but I'm
like
really
a
combing
minute.
through the people and their really organically nice things they said to find the one that says I'm an asshole.
And the crazy thing is like, I said something similar to this yesterday, but it did a lot better.
Why?
This didn't do as good.
Can I figure it out? Can I unlock the code for why this didn't do as well as that? No.
Yeah, don't do that.
I mean, you can. I'm sure there's like a weird thing. Yeah, it's all about color coordination, lighting, time of day, hashtag use, emoji. There's 100 quacks who will all tell you there's a science to it, and they will be happy to give you their services for $300 a session. Fuck you. Figure it out yourself. Like,
I got
It's
a
a
question.
nightmare.
So, what is the current state of YouTube?
It's
in
a
terms
disaster.
of influencers. Like, who are the most popular YouTubers? What's going on with that?
You know, like,
What's the community like?
Markiplier is still big, right?
I thought you said
PewDiePie is not, right?
PewDiePie is taking actually a
feel
break
like-
from YouTube.
I thought
No.
PewDiePie was still huge.
He is still huge. He's either the 1 or 2 channel on the internet.
I guess he lost his network is the thing.
Oh yeah, Maker actually.
Oh, that's right. He was Maker. Yeah.
Did you say Markiplier?
Yes.
Markiplier.
Markiplier, whatever
Yeah.
his name is.
I like
don't
it.
watch him.
I like Markiplier better because it's all about marketing for him. Like it's all about like selling him. No, it's Markiplier.
Markiplier.
Yeah. I don't know any of these people, but I will tell you this, and it made me almost throw up. There's a channel, and by the way, like I'm sure it's very nice. I'm sure the guy is super terrific.
Uh-oh.
I won't even mention the channel's name. It's gonna be good. Okay, there's this guy. He is probably like 22. He has like 100 friends. But let's say it's like Impractical Jokers, where there's like 6 of these assholes who have a show for no fucking reason. Same with this channel. There's a channel. It's him and like 4 or 5 other people. Although every new episode that I've seen, there's another 2 or 3, 4 friends, and I understand why.
Yeah,
when
they're
you
getting
watch,
on board.
Yeah, well, once you see what the shows are, and I watched like a couple of them where I'm like, why did I watch all of this? And I think it's just because like I can't believe this is a reality, and it's like
a train wreck.
No, it's
no.
It would you. When I describe the premise of these shows, of these videos, because what I'll do is I will go on like I'll go on YouTube and I will hit the trending tab and just see what's happening in the world. Not even for good ideas necessarily, just be like,
you want to be on trend.
What's happening?
Not only that, but like
I'm not on trend.
We are not on trend. Work.
Yeah, this is my it's like me going to the break room.
Yeah.
But here I don't read what his name is because I mean you can read it, but I don't want you to read it out loud.
Oh, you don't want me to say what his name.
Yeah, don't say what his name is.
Well, you don't want the hate.
Don't say this.
Yeah, they have 20 million subscribers, almost 30 million subscribers.
Jesus,
that's a lot.
He's done a couple of. They have done a couple of challenges. Okay, one of them was. We got access to a local, I think like a college, like a university, and we get to have it for the next like 8 hours, just lock, stock, and barrel. We can run around and do whatever we want in here. Everyone, all of my friends, go hide, and we're gonna play hide and seek, and the last person to be found, the winner, gets $1 million.
What?
And he's done like.
What?
100 of these videos. This money comes from fuck all. I don't know.
Well, he's got 20 million
almost
subscribers.
30 million subscribers. So like, yeah, the money is good, but I think that the money's coming from like sponsorships.
Yeah, probably.
You know, it's just like
it's very possible.
Well, I think that's exactly what it is. Because I remember Googling, how the fuck does this guy get this much money?
Yeah.
And how can he afford to throw it away? Like they did a thing where like they.
Well, I'm doing the annuity. I'm not giving you 1 million cash. You're gonna get,
No.
50,000 for the next couple of years.
No, they literally would have a briefcase full of cash.
No, that's
the
prop briefcase.
Yeah.
You look closely. His face are on those bills.
Well, yeah, how do we know that these people are actually getting $1 million?
We really don't.
Because that's what they're selling, right? They're like, oh my god, that guy's gonna get $1 million for playing hide and seek.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Is he?
Right. Well, and if you approach everything with a healthy dose of skepticism, then like hopefully you find out no. But like, from what I understand, it is real, and I'm like,
From what you understand.
Well, from the little research I've done,
like, audited or something.
I don't know. I literally just been watching the show because like, listen, have I always wanted to play hide and seek in my college? Yeah, I did.
Well, yeah, most people could just do that.
I made it better because we played laser tag on my entire campus.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Except for Josh, who hides in trees. You can't climb trees. That's not fair. But the point is,
I'm gonna say that's sustainable. And that's okay.
Well, I think you climbed on top of the roof of the library.
I did. If you're telling me trees
course
around,
you did.
that library was definitely illegal.
Yeah. Anyway, but it's like, oh, this is cool, and they all have their little webcams, like, or their own little personal cameras, and they're hiding.
Yeah,
and then it's like,
GoPros,
okay,
probably.
this is taking 3 hours. Like, and then he changes the rules.
In the middle of the game?
In the middle of the game, like, they all have a little walkie-talkie. It's like, okay, everyone has to change hiding spaces now.
Right.
It's like, I'm not going to find you all.
Right.
And then, like...
It's also a college campus. This place is huge.
It's one building. Like, it was like,
okay.
one full building.
Okay.
Like, with an auditorium and, like, cafeteria and whatnot. But, and then he changed the rules again and again and again and again until finally whittled it down to one winner.
Right.
But
it's reality TV.
It is reality. It's straight up reality TV. Yeah.
It's like a game show.
Right. They did another one where it's like you'll win like I think $50,000 or $500,000 if you swing. There were like 6 swings in like a gym.
Yeah.
Just keep swinging, and the last person to stop swinging wins $500,000.
Yeah, it's like a car dealership or something. Like, put your hand on the car. Whoever
moves the
last one to take their hand off the car gets the car.
So they're swinging for 8-10 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I have to pee. I'm hungry. I'm getting dizzy.
And then like one guy was like, "Yeah,
That's gross."
It was like prostitution. One of them was like, he called like his mom during the thing, and she's like, "I hope you win, because like we
could
broke.
really use that money
because we really need that money, and like your dad is in the hospital." And it's like, what?
That's made up. There's no way.
It must be.
Yeah.
But like then you're like, but why? Like, but these guys don't.
Because that's what reality TV show does. They add like drama.
Yeah,
that's
they
fake.
add bullshit drama.
Yeah. Right.
But it's like,
he didn't.
Shit, his mom's in the hospital.
He
His
didn't
dad's in
win.
the hospital. Well,
But,
even more so.
Oh, and then it was like, okay, I'll give you $50,000 if you stop swinging right now. And it's like, okay, and they just jumped off. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
I'm
because
watching.
I probably won't win.
I'm never gonna watch that.
No.
That is horrible.
It makes me sick because it's basically like Cribs, but with actual gamifying in it. Like, because Cribs is like, I have all this money, look at all my shit. Fuck you. No.
Yeah.
Like,
I have all this money, dance for me, monkey.
yeah, that is more disgusting. I think.
It's not Dance for Me Monkey. It's Dance for Me Monkey while all of these people watch.
Yeah, dance for
I don't
everyone.
care
baby.
about you dancing. I care about them enjoying
Yeah.
watching
Yeah,
you
no,
dance.
it's literally like,
That's ugh.
yeah, it doesn't. It's actually not too dissimilar from that prom you went to.
Yeah. Oh, God. So I went to a prom one time. I think I was like 17, and it was a junior and senior prom.
Yeah.
And this was a rich town. And
Yeah.
for some reason, what the parents did was they just inflated balloons and hung them from the ceiling, and there was money inside the balloons.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I heard that. I'm like, why didn't I go with you?
Yeah.
I didn't know this was
you
gonna be
missed out.
happening.
Well, no, how would you? You know, but no.
They announced this like 20 minutes before they're going to do it. I'm like, what? And my girlfriend at the time was like, yeah, they do this every year. They do it. I grabbed my keys out of my jacket.
You made like a rape prevention like knuckle.
Yeah. So like when they drop these balloons, I'm like scrambling and popping shit. I see some people like trying to squeeze them and sit on them. I'm just like, bam, bam, bam.
How much money did you make?
I think I made $97.
Nice. Not bad.
17.
How much total money was in the ceiling?
You're
I
right, didn't
think
it
a
say-
total of $500.
Oh wow, you got a fifth of all the money. Holy shit.
Well, I mean, you know, that's
I did play to win.
yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
And
don't
then
hate the
people are like,
player.
who's this guy getting all this money? He doesn't even go here.
Well, that's why he's winning because those who do go here, that $97.
I don't really need it. Yeah, whatever.
This young lady also used to like get change from like food at the mall and then be like, okay, and then just throw the change into the garbage with the rest
she would
of the
throw
refuse.
money out. If it was coin money, she would throw it
It's
away.
like, it's coins. I'm not carrying that shit around. You're like, those are quarters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pennies is one thing. I see dimes.
I'm seeing dimes.
And quarters in there.
Those
You
things
out of your
weigh nothing.
goddamn mind?
Even nickels.
Yeah.
If it's silver, you
If
keep
it's silver,
it.
it's
Yeah.
going in my pocket.
Now, sadly, it's gotten to the point where like I won't stop and pick up a penny anymore.
No, I
Penny?
actually
No. Pennies need to
well,
go away.
because
Pennies
I
are
hate.
garbage.
I fundamentally hate the penny.
Yeah.
Now I love
I
Lincoln.
have a fundamental problem with pennies.
Yeah, but I have an issue with pennies. They cost more to make them than
Yes.
to spend them.
They-
well,
they
so
are
now
It's
what,
part of the zinc lobby. Like the zinc lobby is
I
keeping
know,
pennies
it's-
going.
What I do now is whenever I get pennies, I put them someplace. Like I either there's a tip jar or I put them out for someone to retrieve.
Yeah.
'Cause I know somebody's gonna want pennies. Like somebody needs this change more than I do.
I don't know if anyone wants pennies. I don't
Well,
know
here's
if
the thing: you
homeless
get
people
enough
want
pennies and you'll be okay.
Yeah. I roll them. I'm like, I'm going to convert these pennies
Into real money.
into a thing that's like,
It is real money.
yeah, I'm gonna turn them in so you can see
It's
like,
just not useful.
see all these pennies.
Yeah.
I'm just putting them in like a concentrated place. Now you can throw them away. Don't put these back in circulation.
Right.
bank.
Replace these
Just-
with friggin' with nickels or,
Yeah.
or quarters.
Yes.
Just stop making them.
They need
That's
to
all I
stop.
want.
Just,
They need to
Just
we
stop
have
minting
enough
them.
in circulation. We don't need it.
But yeah, I remember doing that prom. That was crazy.
But like that's the equivalent that I can
Yeah.
think of.
Yeah.
It's like, oh
ew.
look, they're gonna fight over these balloons.
Right. That's
Yeah.
exactly right. It would be like if I as like a show idea was like, you know, just tear up the entire library because there's 101 of them. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There isn't, by the way. Don't.
Don't find my secret
Yeah,
stash.
I hide money everywhere. No, I
Yeah.
don't. I'm not a loser.
Yeah, when the studio burns down, you're gonna be like, no, my millions.
There's always money in the library.
Why did he touch his nose when he said that to us? Was he scratching something? That's gross.
But yeah,
I feel like these games, these programs are like the next step on the ladder to the Hunger Games. Like we're like literally
it is
on
so
that path.
close. No, it felt very much like the Hunger Games because like
Yeah.
the dude who's the YouTube, he's like, yeah, I have millions of dollars in my bank account. I don't need $1 million. The money isn't even mine. It's not like they paid me to give you $1 million,
Yeah.
but if you don't win, I don't get to keep it.
Right.
So it's like it's just money. It's nothing to me.
Yeah.
And I have so much money already that like it doesn't matter. That makes me freak out. Because it's like I think you can gamify charity. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I appreciate that his friends are making off like bandits, but like it's at that point, why would you stop being friends with him then? Like, what if he was a huge asshole?
Right.
And it's like, well, I technically can't stop being friends with him because, you know, I might win a challenge where I have to hold an egg on my forehead for fucking 12 days and then get $2 million. Like, what a life.
Yeah, that sounds like a concept invented by someone who is just the worst person who has no friends. And they're like, this
This'll keep him.
Yeah. Everyone keeps leaving me because I'm so terrible to them, but
if I incentivize them.
right,
This
if
is
they're
almost the
desperate
beginning of
for money.
Saw.
Yeah, if I
too.
monetize my friendship.
Oh.
This is almost the beginning of Saw as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that, by the way. I'm not saying that, like, Saw is the answer. But
No,
like,
but he's asking, do you want to play a game?
yeah, it's true. It feels like the Hunger Games where it's like, okay, now kill each other.
Right.
All right.
Winner,
Okay.
Survivor gets a
million
boat.
I'm going to change up the rules now.
Yeah, okay, now,
Yeah.
just
First
the
person to
girls.
cut off a pinky.
Yeah,
Jesus.
right, exactly.
Yeah. You get a $50,000 bonus if you cut off a
Yeah.
finger.
You don't have to commit the greatest sin of man if I.
Oh, it doesn't have to be your own finger.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can get out of the game now and get 50,000
If you cut
you-
off your own foot.
Yeah.
Like,
Will you do it?
you pick. You know, one guy before he's even finished the sentence.
Yeah.
Because like that is horrifying because of the disparity of like, I don't care about this money, and I'll cut off my own fucking foot to get money. Like, there's too much of a divide if
yeah,
that's the case.
that should not be happening.
That should not be happening. There should be enough people being like, nope, my dignity is not for sale.
Yeah, but it's so much fun to watch.
Right. I admit
guess.
I watched those.
Yeah.
That's the bizarre part.
Yeah, you gave
but
them money.
Honestly, you know why I watched it? It was actually more because I knew they'd hide harder for the money. Like, the hide and go seek, I love hide and seek.
Look, I want to see
wanna see-
someone hide and seek for cash.
Yeah!
I've never seen that before.
I have never seen that before, which is the litmus test for anything good. And
you don't need to watch that show to do that. You just need to play with children, where like everything
Yeah, but they also
is super
suck at it.
serial. Well,
We're also, like, not allowed to play with kids on her own. That's called weird.
creepy. Yeah, and the people that
Hey.
we know with kids, they're not old enough for that.
Hey, this preschool class, can I just play hide and seek
can't-
with them?
you could become
Oh,
a teacher. Or
damn it.
something,
Yeah, but you don't know. You
or
can't
a camp counselor.
You can't lose yourself as a teacher. You're responsible for these people. No, if it's like, hey, me and my other 20-something friends are gonna go into a school and we're gonna hide. You're gonna really hide. You know,
Yeah.
or you're gonna be like, no. You go behind a curtain with your
See,
feet
I don't know
out
about
because
you.
don't
Every
give a
time I
shit.
played hide and
I
seek,
played for
I
keeps.
played for keeps.
Yeah, me too.
I played for reals.
I did too, but you know who didn't? Most people that I played with.
know.
And you know
Ethan's
what?
actually still playing hide and seek right now
Yeah.
while his
Yeah,
family's
he
in
doesn't
Maine.
live in New Jersey.
I'm in the middle of a never-ending hide and seek game.
Started in
with-
2008.
Yep, still going. You never find me, Dan.
Oh my god, his name's not Ethan, it's actually Mark.
Hashtag secret mark. But yeah. So anyway, what was
Oh,
that?
I knocked over the
Oh,
empty
alright.
bottle.
Well, hey.
Oh, and I crushed it.
Oh, and then I dumped it all over your book.
Not the 100.
No. Push. No, so yeah.
So what's the future of all
what's the
this
future?
Stuff? Yeah.
Oh.
What's 2020 got in store for influencers? such
nothing
as
good.
ourselves?
Here's the thing. Oh, because getting back to like the influencer like sponsorship thing. Like
Yeah.
when we were reached out by another MCN, a different MCN.
Mm-hmm.
I just got out of an MCN. Like the last MCN we were in, I was like, this will be the last one.
it.
I'm done with these people.
Yeah.
And then a different MCN, a bigger MCN that works with higher profile people, reached out to us, and they were like, "Hey, like we brokered a deal with Amazon to get you this boys sponsorship," and I was like, "Thanks. Why?"
Did I ask? For
Yeah,
that?
I didn't.
You're like, I don't work for you.
Hello?
Right. Well, no, but I'll
Do
take.
I know you?
It was free money, and it was a great
Right.
opportunity and a good opportunity to work with Amazon and show them what we could do. And we'd worked with Audible before as well. And they were very happy with that as well. But we got those deals through our MCNs. That's another benefit.
Well,
the
you got
MCNs
that deal
offer you.
through a different MCN,
different
not
MCN.
your MCN.
No, that's true.
A random MCN.
Oh, random. Well, no, the last MCN we left to like sweeten the deal when we first started hooked us up with the Audible deal.
Oh,
And
okay.
and Audible was like really thrilled with the response to our sponsorship, and then we never heard from them again. Like our MCM was like, and then like just cut us off.
Weird.
I don't understand it, but I never asked. But
I didn't
then-
want you to get too popular.
I don't know what it was, but it was really weird. And I had a contact at Audible who was like, I've never seen numbers like this, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Well, we could keep doing that. And they're like, yeah, well, you gotta, our contact is this guy. And I'm like, well, it could be me. And they're like,
Exactly. At that point, no, your contact is me.
No, that's not them anymore. But then the outside, the rogue MCN that reached out to us, like hooked us up with this. We did the Amazon sponsorship. And
the rogue MCN.
and then at the end of it, clearly, and I could see that coming. They were like, and we'd like to invite you to join our MCN.
Yeah. Yep.
And
if you want to keep working with Amazon, you'll join the MC.
Right, and I looked at their offer.
Well, I mean, you could have this ticket to a nice vacation if you listen to my timeshare.
Right, it's basically a timeshare trick.
Yep.
But I looked at the contract and it sucked. Like, it was the worst. That contract was like, we own your likenesses, we can use them without your permission. I'm like, oh, Ethan and Ben will sign up for this.
Yeah, that's no good.
Like, I could be the smoking cowboy in Times Square.
That's right.
That's some smooth flavor.
But, so, I said no to that, and they were like, the response was something to the effect of, like, well, you'll regret this. It wasn't like a threat. It was more like like, this is the last time you will ever get an offer from this MCN again. And I'm like, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I said no first. I wasn't leading you along.
Yeah, what? You came to me.
Yeah, no.
What the hell you called me?
Exactly. Again, by the way, Amazon was like thrilled with our response.
Yeah.
But what was also weird was like there was the gamut we had to go through for it. Because they were like, okay, because what changed was, and where it's going to go is it's going to get even more complicated and frustrating. That's where the future is.
All right.
Because it used to be that like there was just money everywhere. And they were just like, I don't understand.
Anybody can just grab it.
Exactly. And I don't know where it's coming from, and I don't care.
Right.
Because, like, big companies were like, well, I have a marketing budget, and if I don't have to pay, like, a celebrity to endorse it, I can pay some peon, I'll pay him half of it, and I'll just stretch it out over 20 peons.
Right.
And then they realized, like, oh, no one's buying it because the peon suggested it. Like,
Right.
It
Turns
doesn't...
out one celebrity really is worth more than, like, 50 normal people.
Yes! So, or at the very least, like, neither is worth it.
Right.
Now I don't know what the hell to do.
Yeah, because it turns out, like, we looked at numbers, because we can do that now.
Yeah.
And for the last 100 years, we've been running ads that don't fucking work.
Yeah. Does Coca-Cola need a commercial ever again?
No.
Ever again?
But
No.
they're never going to slip out of the brand.
They're never gonna stop.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and that's fair, but like, dish detergent, stop it. It's whoever's cheaper.
That's why your dishes don't sparkle.
They never did, and they never
Be
will.
so sparkle!
But so with respect to that,
I can't remember. Was that an energy company?
Mr. Sparkle? Yeah, it was Tamarabuchi manufacturing concern. Matsumura Fish Works and Tamarabuchi home manufacturing concern. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's your answer, fishbulb. So, but with respect to that, it used to be they were like, okay, go ahead, like make an ad,
whatever,
and then just and the money will come, and then it didn't, and then they were like, okay. As it turns out, like we need to tell them how to be a commercial because instead of like hiring Tommy Lee Jones to sell our weird Japanese like fish soda, he knows how a commercial's made. I'm talking about like those creepy Japanese commercials that you don't know anything about, but like where it's like here's a celebrity, big American celebrity doing his thing, and it's like. He doesn't know what he's saying or what he's selling, but like he at least knows like where to look and how to sell it.
Well, also there's like marketing professionals who are
explaining
like,
it to him,
creating the commercial and telling him where to stand.
Yeah, with this it's like no, Amazon will call Mike. Hi, Mike. Hi, Amazon. Make a commercial for us. You know how a commercial looks, right? And what we're basically betraying is that, like, commercials are valueless, and people who make them don't know anything. Or they're so, like, replicatable that, like, just do anything you want, and it'll work. Yeah. And the money will come.
Because it turns out it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, but it does matter.
But it turns out it does matter. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm banking on the fact that you're not going to make, like, a traditional commercial.
Right.
You're going to make something different.
You're
and
gonna go
viral. It's going to go viral, but also, like, everyone's going to be like, oh, this Mike's so real. So, like, this commercial's
He's authentic, unlike Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And
when it goes nowhere, they're like, oh.
Yeah.
Right. And also, they didn't, like...
The problem was you.
Yeah.
The problem was you, Mike.
Well,
it was not us.
Damn it, Mike, you screwed us.
Damn it, Mike! They just cut him off, and you might never hear something again.
Right.
But and then they were like, okay, I don't understand how this format works, but he has a lot of subscribers, so he must have a big audience. And it's like, well, yes, for the thing that they're making, not for the thing you're selling. And it turns out that an organic audience versus like manufactured audience, or an audience that's like knee jerk and is there because they're trying to catch the latest trend, is way more valuable than the other kind of audience. And with respect to Amazon, they were like, I don't know, like I looked at your numbers and you're worth talking to based on the numbers. Like now we'll have a conversation.
Right.
But I'm still not convinced that you could actually make us any money. So here's what we're going to do. And it was like, here's all of the so it was like, you need to make 2 videos on your YouTube channel that talk about this. Here is a list of things we want you to mention. Here's a list of things we don't want you to mention.
Okay.
And it wasn't even like, don't mention these characters or this actor. It was literally just like, don't say it sucks. Or like, don't or like, don't use weird inflammatory language. Like, don't. It was clearly just things that other people did that they didn't know they shouldn't do that we now have to put into a fucking document.
You may have seen commercials where they make the person using the product look like a moron, and you think that's funny and a good idea. Don't do that.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea.
Maybe you've seen a commercial where like they're trying to sell a product by having sex in the background. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't take our product and teabag it on camera, please. Like, it's just that kind of thing. So, we did those 2 videos, and it was like, okay.
I don't remember the teabagging one.
Yeah, no, it was weird. It was Japanese. But, bringing it back. But, no, it was like, make 2 videos, but you need to make 2 pitch videos for each individual. It's the same show. Like, same sell. You're selling Amazon's The Show, right? You need to make 2 different videos that sell that show, and they each have to be their own type of video. Make 2 pre-videos that we're just going to see that look like and say all the things that we expect to see in the real video.
What?
Because we can't control what you're doing when you're doing it. We need to see at least
what you're going to do.
Right.
So I need to make a promo for the commercial.
Only for us. So really you're making 4 videos.
Right.
And only 2 of them are going to see the light of day.
Can I just make the video?
No!
And
send it to you early?
No, you cannot. Because what
then
if
it'll
we
be
don't
out of date?
What if we don't approve that? Now you got to make another video anyway. It's easier if you just make your own video that is just for us, that says all the things so we can pick it apart and tell you what's going on. By the way, they didn't. It was all fine. So we did those 4 videos.
Well, because you're not an idiot and you didn't do one of the things they told you not to do,
it's
which I'm
all
sure
right
happens all the
there
time.
In bullet points, it says everything.
Yeah, but dude, you went to school. You know what almost everyone else is like.
Yeah.
Like, they're just like, oh yeah, they set these rules and whatever. Like, I know what I'm doing.
I got it. I have 180,000
Proceeds to break
subscribers.
every rule.
Yeah.
I'm popular.
Yeah, I'm popular. My audience will love it. My peeps will love it. Then they were like, okay.
It's the Demons High School football rules.
So you got the 4 videos. Really 2. Also, you need to make 2 Instagram posts. And 2 Instagram videos.
Okay.
And you
What? Separate from the other videos?
Yeah.
So now we're at 6 videos and 2 Instagram posts.
Yes.
Jesus.
So all of that. Then we finally get approval to do it, and we made them.
Okay.
And I'm very happy with them, and I'm not ashamed to have them on the channel because, like, A, it's relevant to what we do.
Right.
B, it's a product I liked and endorsed anyway. I don't take deals that I don't agree with.
Yeah.
And C, it was all on the up and up.
Yeah.
So we got that done. Then they were like, now I got to see the analytics. And that's something I've never seen before.
Interesting.
They were like, I want you to screenshot, like, go to the video that our video's in. Now I want you to screenshot that video and prove that it's about that video. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, are these guys screwed all the time?
Yeah,
like,
probably.
It's almost like don't do it anymore if that's the case. But, like, they were like, you got to screenshot the analytics for that video, and then the other video, and then get the screenshot for the analytics on your Instagram posts and your Instagram video, like, all the analytics. And then it was like, okay, here you go. And they're like, no, it doesn't have this particular analytic. Like, you didn't screenshot all of it. And I'm like, okay.
All right.
And
Why
so,
don't you just tell me?
Yeah,
Why don't you just tell me
what
the
you want
analytics
me-
you want to see?
It was just, and it's like, hey, you know what's great? Middlemen, they're awesome and don't complicate the process at all. So it wasn't that like Amazon could just call me and we could just fucking hash it out right now.
No.
I had a guy who was like, okay, so he got to it whenever he could get to it. So literally, like,
God.
it was so from pitch to check, it was 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah, 6 months.
Wow.
From when they emailed me to do the deal to when I got paid.
Wow.
And I'm like, I mean, like, listen. I would love
Or Amazon.
Right, we
You'll
can,
take it.
You'll take it.
And if you don't, I'll find somebody else.
I understand
Yeah.
planning ahead for marketing.
Right.
Like, I get that, because you're trying to release a product, and you're trying to get, like, buzz to go around it, and
Yeah.
for people to be excited.
Sure.
But it was out
Yeah.
when you were reviewing it,
No,
right?
we literally, no.
Oh yeah. Well, he
had
put
not
it out.
come
He's saying he didn't get paid.
No,
for
I didn't
6
get paid
months.
until 6
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, it was we made the videos, the show came out, then ended. And then
Yeah.
some time passed.
And
then
then
I got-
5.5
long
months
time
later.
That's a pretty sweet deal where they don't have to. You do work and
yeah,
they don't
you do
pay
work,
you
and then we forget
for-
about you forever.
Yeah.
And every few weeks I would email my contact and be like, how are things coming along? But thankfully, like, he kept kicking the can down the road because, like, it was a constant. It wasn't just nothing. It was, okay, well, no, the analytics need to be, you need to send this, you need to verify this, you need to see this. And then they wanted updates. It wasn't just like, okay, here are the analytics for the video.
Yeah.
It just
Now
came
what
out.
are they?
No, now what are they?
Now what are they?
Yeah, and I'm like,
How about now?
why don't you use a plugin and just look at it?
How about, like, you send me some money first,
Right.
and then I'll send you
Yeah,
some
I'm like,
Yeah,
analytics.
why
I
don't you
have
send me 50%
literally
of
it's
the money
been,
and then I'll send
yeah,
you-
please, because like literally it was, well, how about you do everything and then I'll make additional requests of you and
Yeah.
then maybe I'll pay you for it.
I'm waiting to be an insurance company where you forget to send me something.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm sorry,
That's
I can't
It
support
seems
your
almost
claim.
like they were like, well, eventually he'll just give up.
Yeah, it felt like that,
No.
but no, because they
No, we're looking for the loophole.
because they kept asking for more analytics. It was, and here's what it was. This is the nice thing. It's like the backhanded compliment that it turned out to be. They didn't believe it. They thought I was faking it because it was so good.
Wow.
They were like, I've never seen analytics like this from a channel of your size. There's no fucking way. It was like when Ben had to do that test 16 times at his old job. But yeah, like literally they were like, we don't believe you. Like it took, because the third time they asked for analytics, I'm like, okay,
All right.
what is happening?
So they're like, eventually he'll slip up. If he's lying, he'll make a mistake.
right. Well, it's like, they must be like sending them to their graphic designers, and they're like, okay, so find the Photoshop.
Right.
And they're
right.
like, there isn't any.
all right, well, he did it too good.
All right,
We
then
gotta
he's-
do another one.
Well,
You know what? You know what?
We
No,
don't,
we got
you're
this.
all fired. We're getting him because clearly he's a better fucking graphic designer than you. That's how it feels.
I don't understand, though. Was your pay contingent on the analytics?
No,
So why wouldn't they just pay you?
right? That was not in the contract. It wasn't like.
It's like, oh, what if
Nope,
you?
the
So what if you
analytics
lied
were-
about the analytics? You still get
That's what I'm
you're
saying. I'm
what-
like, well,
what-
it doesn't matter if you get the analytics. You're still gonna pay me because in the contract I signed, it still says I'm getting paid for services rendered. It's
Right.
not like I didn't do all that shit. It's your fault for picking me if I don't deliver, right? I mean, like at the end of it, and that's how it started.
Yeah.
That's how it was in the beginning, where it was like, well, like we thought we were gonna get a return on our investment, and they were like, well, joke's on you. I'm actually
Right.
full of shit. And
Yeah,
it's like,
but it
and-
says right here you'll pay me either way. So
and then they do, and it's like now I think the future of sponsorships, influencers, that kind of thing is like just a rigid system
Yeah.
of demands where it's like we need a quantifiable, like if they could, I guarantee you they'd be like, if you don't get like this certain threshold by this certain date, you have to give the money back. Like I feel like that's where it's going because that is so unprofessional, but also like
that happens with like books, right? Like someone like
If you order too many copies of your book, yes.
Yep.
If you don't sell enough, you have to buy them
you
back
have
from
to
the
buy
publisher.
them back from
sometimes.
the
Yeah.
publisher if they don't sell.
that's fucked.
Yeah. Now Stephen King's not getting that deal.
No.
But like normal crappy people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people starting out.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm expecting it to go.
Well, the crazy thing is, why wouldn't they, if they want to know that kind of stuff, why would they also host a video themselves? Like,
Well, because
you make the video for them,
Right.
And then we'll also put it up on our
Well,
channel.
because they're reaching out to you because they want to reach out. They
To
want
that
New
audience
people,
direct.
yes.
Yeah.
No,
To people
that
on
video
your
still
channel.
gets made.
Yeah.
But let's also take a video and put it on our channel.
Right.
Well, because nobody
nobody
would
knows
see
who that is.
Nobody would see that, and the analytics would be totally different.
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't even be a close approximation of the analytics.
Right. They just wouldn't know.
from your channel.
But if they're
Because
looking
it's not
for,
your audience; that's a different audience.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
want to know like how many people like
You
viewed it
can
and then
get us.
clicked on the thing.
Yeah.
And that come to your channel.
and that's
if
the
they put
thing.
your
they're
thing
looking at
on
numbers wise, and they're trying to see if
yeah,
the
they're
followers
not
get that.
they're not interested in what you do.
No.
They're interested in the
Who
people
you
who
sell
see
to.
it.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, them putting on your video on their channel, like, okay, your video looks fine. I don't fucking care. Like, nobody's coming to my channel to watch you hawk our
And
show.
that's the proof that marketing doesn't work. It's not about the content that gets out.
Right.
It's not about the video
No,
itself.
marketing does have its place. It's just like a mess. And
Yeah.
because people are playing like 1950s rules in a 2020 world where they're like, like they're playing fast and loose. And now they're like realizing that like
oh, it doesn't.
it doesn't work and we need proof.
It's just the number of people they can get it in front of.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's part of it, but it used to be that's all you had, right? So like for TV, all you knew was number
The numbers.
of eyes.
You didn't know how many
watching
units
the
you were
show.
selling.
Yeah, and you knew certain things about like how many people between 18 and 25 or
Yeah.
whatever, 18 and 35 or whatever it is, watch the thing.
Right.
Now you have ads that actually you can track like what do they do next
Right.
after they watch it.
So that's ads.
Yeah.
We're talking about just like regular videos.
Yeah, but videos have
ads in them.
Yeah.
Well, and we're talking about the ads that you make yourself in the video, not necessarily the sponsor or those are the sponsorships I'm talking about.
Yeah, and also like the audiences are like so much easier to like quantify and track.
Yeah.
Like we know way more about our audience than like
Than CBS did.
yeah
in
about any
1985.
audience watching any of their shows.
Yeah, because they had to call people up on the telephone and be like, "What's on your television right now?"
Right.
Yeah. Well, even
how
when they
much
had
you make.
boxes that tracked it automatically,
They did.
they didn't. They only know what you filled in on the little thing. They didn't know like what you were like buying that day. They
Yeah.
didn't know like what you Googled,
Yeah.
which now they do because
Yeah.
that's all in YouTube. Like
Yeah.
YouTube has access to all your YouTube searches if you're signed in. Like they know
Right.
so
And
much
your
stuff
Google
about
account
you.
that you're using to watch it, so they also know how old you are
Yeah.
and what you're buying, who you're emailing, what you're talking about afterwards.
Yeah.
Like
Which means they can tailor
ads
other ads
specifically
to,
to
you.
that.
Yeah. So
It's why when people get mad at me, they're like, "I saw another Trump ad on this channel. Unsubscribed." I'm like, "You're watching Trump stuff."
or
It's not me.
yeah, or
Or like,
you're
I'm seeing all these dick pills.
really what it means is the person selling that based on other stuff you do wanted to get your attention.
Yeah.
So if you're seeing a Trump ad, it's because Trump has targeted some
You!
aspect of you.
Of your searching.
And wanted that video to show up for
You
you.
watching a lot of political videos, pal?
Yeah.
Because that's why he's on your screen right now. I don't pick them. Now, sometimes they're relevant. Like Comixology pops up on a lot of videos
Yeah.
that I watch.
Yeah.
But only the ones when I'm watching it. Because I'm watching comics on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get a comics-related thing. But, it's not all the same.
Yeah.
It's why some people get, and of course, depending on what kind of, bracket you're in, you get higher quality ads and stuff like that. Like, a lot of people get, movie trailers and stuff.
Yeah.
Which we've gotten before. And I want to say, actually, there was a time when we were in Maker, we had higher quality ads. I feel in my heart like that was
Now,
the case.
do you think that that's because of Maker, or do you think that's
Yeah.
because things just changed?
No, it's
and
because
time has passed?
it's both. Because Maker was owned by Disney, so Disney had a higher pull with YouTube, and as such, they probably got preferential treatment. But now, because Disney's I think pulled ads entirely off of YouTube, or at least they did a little while ago. But not only that, but because the whole thing's changed, it's because it changes every 6 months because that's what you're supposed to do. You just completely throw away the old rule book immediately after you do
well,
that.
it's welcome to the information superhighway where change happens at the
At the
speed of light.
Yeah,
At the speed of thought.
At the speed. Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, I caught up on him because we were at the speed of thought.
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we smoked you. You with your light speed.
This is what happens when you have data, though. It's like, oh, well, I can instantly see what works. So why don't I just constantly tweak because I get immediate feedback on how that's doing, and it can always be better.
Right.
So how do
The
we tie
algorithm
that
can
into
always
the
be better.
influencers? Isn't that the same thing? You have so much immediate feedback.
Yeah, you if you're an influencer on basically an unmonetizable format like Instagram, you can track engagement and demographics And you can. We have a corporate Instagram account, which I don't use for any other reason than to post fun stuff I think our audience would watch. And occasionally, if we have like a sponsorship deal, there'll be like a Boyd's ad or something like that, which is very rare. And when it does happen, I like to think that it's in some way entertaining.
Yeah.
Or relevant. And relevant. I don't want it to be relevant or entertaining. I want it to be both, because otherwise, what the hell are you watching it for? But I can track a lot of information from that. I don't know you personally or what your age is, but I do know like the range of people who are watching or engaging. And what's funny is how disproportionate it all is. Like you're looking at a YouTube channel that has like 6 million subs, and or not 6 million. Let's use the lower number, more like 500,000 subs, and they're getting like 10,000, 20,000 views. And it's like, well, you must have done something right a year ago, and here you are now, and it's like our 80,000 subs. It's more lucrative because the audience is real.
Yeah, like per sub.
Yeah,
there's more impact.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's not to say like I'm trying to leverage our audience. It's more just like when we get reached out to, they're like, I saw your numbers and I don't believe it.
Right.
And I'm like, well, they're just cool people who like what we do.
Yeah.
And we've been approached. There was an underwear company that wanted us to sell, and I'm like,
an underwear company.
Yeah. And I'm like, no.
Which one?
No, let's not talk about it because
You need to talk about it after.
I'll talk about it later. But
did they want us to like model underwear?
No, they were just like to sell them. Tell your audience to buy our underwear.
Why would our audience buy your underwear?
I assume you wear underwear, don't you?
Yeah.
What? I guess.
I think it's...
You guess?
Yeah, but
Do you know if you're wearing underwear right now?
My audience
Maybe you need it.
watches us because of comics. What does your underwear have to do with that?
No, because it's like, it's about comics, but also about the culture and about you, your personalities. I'm trying to use your personality
Don't
to
you
sell
get it?
something that they might be interested
Superman
in.
wears his underwear on the outside, man.
Yeah, we reached out to recently from like a clothing company that was like, we just got a license for superhero stuff. And I'm like, oh, I'll talk to you.
That makes sense.
Let me look at your product and see if it's worth it. When we sold TeePublic forever, I was like, well, mostly it's because we make our shirts through them. So
Right.
That's the only place you can buy our shirt.
Yeah.
teepublic.com/store/ComicPOP. There's all kinds of great ads or logos and designs.
Yeah.
All
Cool
kinds
things
of
on
great
there.
stuff. And multiple fabrics and fits.
I actually just bought shirts on there the other day. I'm not going to lie.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they get good
so did
stuff.
we. Tiffany and I bought like a whole bunch of them.
For the first time, I didn't get the classic t-shirt.
No, you got the...
What'd
I
you
got
get?
like a premium shirt or
yeah.
a sport
Oh, a
shirt
premium.
or
I
something.
occasionally
I
go upgrade.
upgraded.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Actually,
know
in the
that.
second drawer
It's a
there...
heavier canvas.
If you grab the second drawer, there's a Spider-Man shirt in there. And it's like
go grab it. Let's
it's like
check it out.
It's the premium shirt, I think. Second drawer.
Second drawer.
Should
Can't
be
you
on-
count?
Can't you count? But no. But this.
I see the tick.
Keep going. There it is. Yeah, this is like a slightly higher grade shirt that they made.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
It says premium on there. TeePublic Premium.
There you go. So you just go up. This one's
And
a
different
Spider-Man.
colors.
Yes, different color options. Well, and sometimes it's limiting depending on like the higher grade version of your shirt.
Some of them.
The simple cotton, by the way, is great. That's most of my shirts. But yeah.
No, I'm not putting it back.
Hey, that's my shirt.
Oh, you throwing a shirt on the floor? What are you doing?
Yeah. I
This-
keep it
this
here
is
just in
above your
case I need
pay
a new
grade,
shirt. But yeah.
Yeah. What was that? TeePublic.
.com/stores/ComicPOP. Every link to everything we do is in the description of every video we have. So if you ever want
07834.
That's our
P.O. Box 1157.
Yeah, P.O. Box
Denville, New Jersey.
07834. Send us a package or read it or a letter. One day we'll bring that show back, I promise.
One day we'll do like
We'll do it'll be a 2-hour-long episode where we just open every package on that table over there.
It's coming. We have them.
I promise. It's going to be a thing. It's totally a thing that's happening.
You know what it is? We were waiting for the next live special. We're going to
Yes.
open all of those on
Yeah.
live specials.
Yeah, but
we gotta
gotta
get to
us to
100,000.
we needed to get to 100,000.
Yeah,
That was
sorry.
really the
This is on
problem.
you guys.
then
Yeah.
we'll open your stuff.
I'm keeping your stuff
Tell your
hostage
friends,
for
yeah.
20,000 subs. I'm sorry.
I sent a
I'm
puppy
not.
in mine.
Oh, that puppy did, my friend.
You sent me a skeleton.
You sent me a future skeleton.
But yeah, so anyway, it's a crazy world and a wild ride. 2020, I'm not optimistic. I'll put it that way. Not about us. I think like our channel will be fine.
But
like,
underwear is big.
I
underwear
can't
is a
believe you
thing.
turned down that underwear deal, man. You didn't
What?
even ask
Can you
me.
imagine us selling that? Hey, you look comfortable. Yeah, I'm wearing new underwear. Really? That's something we've never talked about. Pretend to.
Why are we talking about underwear right now?
Because I have a sponsorship. If you use the promo code ComicPOP today, you'll save 35% off.
And then somebody could come in wearing their underwear on the outside, like they could joke about being Superman.
Okay, all right. Now I'll email them. We'll do it.
I think someone.
I think we'd be
Ethan.
good at this.
Somebody actually did. Somebody I know got that sponsorship and gave me a pair of their underwear. Like they were like, "Here, try them out. Maybe they'll work out."
How were they?
They're right.
Oh.
No, they were good. Like it was. They were.
Breathable.
I wear boxer briefs.
Okay.
Right.
Those were straight up boxers.
Oh.
And they're made of like a material kind of like this.
So it's comfortable.
Comfortable, but not
but
my
boxers.
deal. I prefer more support.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, you
I've
know,
worn
I went from
boxers like this before. They ride up.
They do.
don't stay in place.
That's the problem. And you know what? I'm sure that company has a variety of options you can choose from many different finishes and styles. And I'm
You
Sal,
didn't
you
say
already
the name
passed
of the
on them.
company.
no, because I
You
don't
passed
know.
on it.
They don't have any money for me. I'm not selling your underwear until you give me a check. But yeah, no. But that's the world. It's like because. The
Well,
other
it's
thing
your
is,
world anyway.
well, it's mine, yeah. But the
Something's
reality
gonna
is,
happen, right? There's got to be like a new change in underwear because it went from briefs to
Yep.
boxers to boxer briefs.
they still
briefs.
sell boxers. It's just they added boxers.
No, there's not going to
And
be
they
any
still
change.
sell briefs. The
They've
point is
arrived
that-
at boxer briefs. It's been perfected.
Yeah.
There's nowhere
Stop
else to
drilling.
go.
You hit oil.
Yeah.
It's nailed.
No, something else is gonna happen. I swear.
Something else is coming.
What's the latest development in,
In
underwear
technology?
Yeah.
Isn't
what's
there a
gonna
Fruit of
be?
the Loom commercial where they talk about that? There literally is a Fruit of the Loom commercial. I'm like, Fruit of the Loom? You're
Yeah.
not the people to be talking about the future of underwear.
They're one of the biggest names in underwear.
They were.
They're the biggest name in cheap underwear.
That's more accurate.
I thought Hanes
I guess
was
Hanes
cheap
is
underwear.
probably the biggest name. in
My
cheap
underwear, I think, is Hanes. I don't
Fruit of
know.
the Loom is the biggest name and cheaper than Hanes underwear.
Yes.
No. It's like third market.
Yeah.
It's like
No.
the Kmart brand of underwear is what we're talking about.
Oh, I just got an email from Fruit of the Loom. They want us to sell their underwear.
Oh.
What did I say? I said that Fruit of the Loom was the finest in underwear. You know, their legacy.
Yeah.
They've been around for forever.
That's right.
It's like a cornucopia.
They have the most
for my
experience
body.
in
The most
underwear.
experience. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Who
Yeah.
better to trust with your junk
Yeah.
than Fruit of the Loom?
Yeah, I said they
For
were
my
cheap. I didn't
fruit,
say they were
I
bad.
want
Actually,
Fruit of the Loom.
it's great
It's a good-
quality
it's a
and
great-
cost
Yep.
effectiveness.
That's value, my friend.
Perfect marriage.
You know, it's funny.
They're not going to email me.
For all the fruit in Fruit of the Loom, they never used a banana.
It's weird. There is a banana. There is a banana.
Is there a banana?
Yeah, I think so.
There's an apple, there's 2 grapes, and there's something else. I
Yeah.
think there's a pear.
It's
You know what's between
banana.
the grapes?
No, there's there's red and green grapes. There's a pear and a apple. I don't think there's
Why
a
do you
banana.
know so much about this?
Well,
'Cause
I've
I remember
seen it
the
1,000
commercials.
times.
I remember
It's
the
a
commercial. I thought there was
ubiquitous
a banana.
American label.
No, there's no banana. You're right. It's leaves, an apple, grapes, smaller grapes, and purple grapes.
Oh, there's no pear.
There's like 3 kinds of grapes.
Why is there no?
Why are there
there's
so many
there's
grapes?
a cornucopia. That's what you might have thought was the pear.
Yeah, there's a cornucopia, leaves, and 3 types of grapes, and 1 apple.
What?
That's a stupider logo than I realized. Oh, you know what you thought
We
was
just
a
lost
banana? There's yellow
Yeah.
berries.
Well, and I thought there was a banana like man in the last commercial I saw for Fruit of the Loom.
No, you remember the banana hammock.
Well, that's the other thing. That's where it's going. I think less. They're just going to start taking away more fabric until finally it's just like
Right.
it's just a jock strap.
Yeah,
But
well,
they've
they
already
have
had
that. Yeah.
It's called a dance belt.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only so much you can do, right?
Yeah,
There's
right.
like you can go longer or you can go shorter, and they've
And
already
they've
done
already done
both.
that. You can do longer boxer
Yeah,
briefs, which
so
don't.
I don't know what you're looking for. Maybe electronics built in there. Maybe like fans like built in.
I would think like maybe
I don't want any moving parts.
No,
done.
I got it. Okay, you know how shoe technology? All they did was gels.
Oh, gels.
Cooling gels.
Oh, yeah. Cooling gels.
See,
Maybe
now
that's what I want
you
those.
say no. I'm saying it's where it's going, not what you're
right.
gonna buy.
Right.
You're saying cooling gels.
Yeah,
Sal's
no.
a visionary.
Yeah.
But
You don't even know what you want, Ben.
Trust me.
Sal knows
Yeah.
what you want.
That's why they're
Just
emailing
trust
me.
Sal.
I guarantee you it's going to be insulating at that point. It's going to get too hot.
It's a
No,
gel?
it's going to have to
The
actively generate. There's going to have to be an electric current to actively generate.
I don't know if I want electricity zapping around my boys.
Well, it's very, very low current. It doesn't take.
doesn't
take
help.
much.
Trust me, it's more of a tingle. You're going to like it.
Yeah.
Now that's just basically just masturbation with extra steps.
No.
Anyway,
it's less steps because you don't have
Oh,
to do
yeah,
anything.
It's hands free.
just blasting every few minutes. That's a great idea. That's a different industry, though.
That is a
That's
different
not where we
industry.
are.
That's fundamentally a different industry.
Yeah.
That's that industry could call though. I'm sure there's big money there.
I'm shocked.
Come on, Fruit of the Loom.
I'm legit. No, he's talking about like Fleshlight.
Yeah, how come you haven't gotten that sponsor yet?
You know,
Kevin Smith has them locked up.
He did. No, they're done.
Oh, he's done with them?
Oh, it's been a
Oh.
couple of years.
No.
And that ended like very unceremoniously. Just he was like, "I'm all about jerking off into flashlights," and then it just was not. Then it was over. They could just what?
I swear to God, people were just like, we were fine selling it to you.
Stop
We didn't
selling
want
it for
you
us.
selling it for us.
No,
No one
never
wants
had
to
a deal with
imagine
them.
you.
No,
He just started talking about it.
yeah, and they're like, "Oh my God, make him stop." No, he had like tables with like full like logos on.
Yeah,
them
that was
and
all him.
It was, no, yeah,
Like,
he
they
was like
never
getting
were
custom-
involved.
Yeah, he had to manufacture it
He had
himself.
numerous C&Ds sent to him from them.
We do not support this. I guarantee you his daughter hit like 17 or 16 or 15 or 13, and she was like, "It has to stop now."
What are you doing?
Or his
I
wife
have to
was
go
like-
to school.
How terrible would it be if Fleshlight like came to him and be like, "Hey, so like, does your daughter want to get in the
Right.
marketing?
He was like, all right.
Okay.
We sent you a modeling kit if you want to, you know."
No. Yeah, I could see him doing that. Like not him.
Okay, yeah, no,
agreeing
this
to
was
it.
a bad idea.
This was, you know what? This was a bad. I really should have seen the writing on the wall.
Okay, never mind.
You know what? It's over. It dissolved. There's not a-
Fleshlight, you crossed the line.
There's not a lot of like flesh trade stuff to sell in a sanitized market like YouTube.
Yeah, no, I've never seen
And I'm not going
it.
to pick my brain to figure it out here on the show.
No.
Let's just wrap it up. We want to thank you so much for hanging out with us on this very meandering episode.
Wrap it up. Maybe Trojan will give us a call.
Condoms I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Because that's safe sex,
Yeah,
you know?
it's positive
Yeah. No.
thing. Yeah.
Doesn't have to be Trojan. Could be Durex.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, as long as they're reliable. I don't want to go with like a third-rate rapper, but like that'd be great. I can see right now. We're sitting on the couch. Ben takes a minute. He comes back out. Hey, what took you so long? I was just banging some lucky recipient of my of my lovin'. And it's like, what? Did you wrap it? Of course I wrapped it. I wrap it every time with Durex. Like,
There you go.
I mean, it's sold, right?
Give us a call. We're right here.
We just sold 3 or 4 great commercials.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, these.
Yeah, that one's free.
Yeah,
First
the
one's
offers
free.
are rolling in. Oh, my phone is blowing up from all these sponsorship deals.
What? This isn't a live show. How's that even possible?
Well, no, oh yeah. No, well, normally it's live.
Oh.
So we would have to do. We could influence this. We're making
Influence.
We're making
No.
joke commercials.
Yeah.
But we actually get
But
the
they're real
sponsorship.
commercials,
Yeah.
though. I mean, the reality is they don't give a shit if they're funny or like for
Right.
real. I mean, look at those Geico commercials. Here's a sketch because we think we're creative. Also, buy insurance. Like
Yeah.
it's 2 commercials. We wish we worked for SNL. Here's a hilarious sketch. Oh, also sell insurance through the internet.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
You know what does work though? I think the Old Spice commercials, which
Yes.
are like
Oh,
they're like anti-commercials, but like they actually make you want. You're like, that's
No,
funny. You made me laugh.
the Old
I'm
Spice
gonna
guy,
give
that
you-"
dude on the horse,
Yeah.
that was Old Spice was going to close basically, and then he showed up. Like,
Yeah.
well, the marketing team showed up that got him in,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
was it.
But at the same time,
That's the
doesn't-
kind of ads we would make.
That's right. We're the guy on the horse.
just because we want to see the commercial,
Yeah.
the commercial itself is the product I want.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
care about the deodorant.
Yeah,
I don't care about the shampoo.
But we're
I do.
accepting your brain with like how
Yeah.
good the product is.
Mm-hmm.
I buy Old Spice now. I never did before
Well,
those
you know
commercials.
what it is?
It works.
I buy Old Spice. It also I like the scents and
Yeah.
and the price.
Sure.
And also before that I was not very discerning. I just bought whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mostly bought like sports stuff. You know, I'm like I'm pretty active. I should just get the sports deodorant.
Right.
And I'm like,
Pretty active.
it's, but
I impugn you, sir.
well, it's like I literally I buy running shoes because like
Right.
you never know when I need to run.
Mm-hmm. You never know when you're gonna need to run.
Yeah, and I don't want to slip and fall on my
Right.
stupid millennial brown shoes.
Yeah. Oh, what shoes do you get?
Well, whatever's under $60.
What are you wearing right now?
I think they're New Balances.
Oh.
Ah,
how do you
New
like those New
Balance.
Balance.
I've been buying New Balance for a good long time.
Oh.
Hey, New Balance.
Hey.
When you don't know if you need to run.
Yeah.
You never know
What it
when you
was,
need to run.
I was
New
bullied. I was
Balance.
bullied in high school, so I requested
There-
the New Balances.
there you
So it's
go.
like when you're a kid on the go. trust New Balance to get you there.
Yeah.
Johnny, get over here!
Thanks, New
They
Balance.
write themselves.
They really
we can
do.
just pump these out
Yeah, because
just this
that's just
fast.
because we're uncreative and we watch a lot of TV as children. We know what a crappy commercial is. And it's funny to watch people who would never be hired to make a commercial doing a commercial you would normally see, especially if you're treating it like a regular commercial format to something like condoms or fleshlights or like banana hammock underwear. The point is, the way to get money on YouTube is to like diversify.
See? We're diversifying.
Wait, was that the point?
Underwear,
I didn't get that at all.
Well, that's the lesson.
running
Oh.
shoes.
Yeah.
This just sounds like a one-night stand commercial.
Yeah, I'll do the right? Condoms, banana hammocks, running shoes.
We specialize in
Do you cheat a lot?
multi-product ads.
Yeah.
We
We create a narrative out of all of your ads.
Yep, and we
Boom.
put them all together. It's
Yeah.
a multi-company deal, and you
It's
all
like
come out winners.
It's like the Marvel Cinematic Universe of,
You know
of
what?
advertising.
We're the MCN
yeah,
for marketing.
that's right.
We're trying to get all of these different
Yeah.
companies under our wings so that we can work, and you're going to be able to work with Nike and Chips Ahoy and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Studies have statistically shown that when ads contain multiple products in them, everybody does
Everybody,
better.
yeah. Everyone
That's
draws
a
from
fact
the
I
bounty.
just made up.
That's a fact.
But you believed it.
Yeah.
I could be making up facts about your product that people will believe.
The point
Think
is
about
that
it.
when we do an ad on this program, I never choose one that I think is horseshit.
That's gonna
Because-
That's
gonna
going to change.
Yeah, well,
that's gonna
listen.
really cut down on the available.
Well, if we're selling condoms, I promise you, I test them out and I agree with them. Like if I
Yeah.
filled them with water and I dropped them on your head from up top of the studio,
It didn't break. It was
it
amazing.
didn't break. It gave him a concussion. It was amazing. Trust it, Durex. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching. No, that's the thing is, what I don't want you to walk away from is like, I'm a product. Like, no, you were a product long before we came along. Like the YouTube uses you as a product. The
Yeah.
point is, like diversification for YouTubers is the only way that YouTubers can make money. It's
Yeah.
how super chats work. It's how
Yeah.
it's how sponsorships work. It's how advertising works.
Google uses you as a product.
Yeah.
Every time you search something.
And like you know me well enough to know like I'm not gonna sell you like
crap.
Bengay or whatever, like an ointment, you
Yeah.
know. Or if I do, it's because I really believe in it. I'm like,
Yeah.
this ointment's amazing.
Turns out.
You need to have this, and they're willing to give me money for it. Like, it's always gonna be a perfect. You're never gonna see like me selling a board game I've never played, being like, hey, this board game's really awesome. You're gonna love it. Like, I've never played board. I don't play board games, but I promise you, you're gonna love it anyway. Good luck.
Who would do that?
I don't know anyone who would do that, but let's end the show. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you guys next week with an all-new episode of Elseworlds Exchange. Have a great new year, and we'll see you in 2020. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
So long.